For the 2018 midterms, seeing a flood of political newcomers running for Congress, including a woman former President Barack Obama named National Teacher of the Year back in 2016. Jahana Hayes, running as a Democrat in Connecticut's 5th District, including Waterbury and Danbury, just west of Hartford. Her story of rising from teenage motherhood to renowned educator is catching national attention now, and the new ad that she's posted online has gone viral. Her campaign says it's picked up more than 5.5 million views.
Teachers are nation builders. That's our job, to affect change, to improve outcomes. Isn't that the same job of Congress? I know how to advocate for people. I know how to fight hard to make sure that we are improving the lives of people with better jobs, stronger schools, affordable health care.
Jahana Hayes joins me now from Hartford. Good to have you. Thanks for being with me. There are, as you probably know, about 269 non-incumbent women who are running for the U.S. House this year. The vast majority are Democrats. If you win, you would be the first African-American woman to represent Connecticut in Congress. What made you decide to get into this thing?
Thank you so much for having me. Just that so many people in my community, in communities around the state, just have not been represented in this conversation. And I don't just mean as being an African American, just this district is so dynamic and diverse, and I just wanted to give a voice to those people, you know, everyday working people who are in our communities.
My mother was a school teacher. There are a growing number of teachers that are apparently deciding to get into politics now. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that there's so many educators that have decided to get into politics, elected politics?
First of all, I am so incredibly proud of my colleagues around the country for just standing up and saying, you know, teachers lead by example. That's what we do all the time. And I don't think that we've ever seen ourselves in this way. And we're at the point where it's just enough, where we want to stand up and show who we are and what we're capable of and really speak on behalf of our students and their families and their communities. And I know for me personally, as a high school teacher, you see the concerns, you know, you see what's going to happen in the future. You know what young people are concerned about, what their families are concerned about. And then the last thing I'll say is that education is not a single issue topic. When you have children in your classroom who are hurt, who are hungry, who are homeless, all of those things find their way into your classroom. So as teachers, we're dealing with this all the time.
In a form earlier this month, you stated that you have not accepted donations from lobbyists and political action committees. But the Hartford Courant, the paper of record there in Hartford, they're reporting that you accepted $5,000 from the American Federation of Teachers, $2,000 from the Teamsters, $2,500 from a PAC dedicated to electing black women to public office. What's your response to that report?
When I answered that question, I was interpreting it to mean corporate PACs, a little bit different. I have been very honest about the support that I've gotten from many unions. And I think the reason that they've supported me is because I'm a working class. I've always been a union member, and I believe in the right to organize and the right to collectively bargain. So I in no way intended to mislead anyone when I answered that question. So much so, every time I've gotten endorsed by a group or gotten a check, I've posted it. I've been very open and transparent about it. So I guess the answer to that sounded misleading at the time, but that was never my intent. I'm very happy to have the support of working class people and, you know, my colleagues, my peers, you know, people just like me who want to make sure that they are represented in these conversations.
All right. We should note here that we did reach out to your primary opponent, Mary Glassman. We have not heard back from her. But, Jahana, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Good luck with the campaign.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.